What are some real but crazy facts that could save your life? If you ever have to rescue a drowning person, throw them something to grab onto beside yourself. If your house smells like fish for absolutely no reason, 9 times out of 10 it means that there is an electrical fire. The other time it means you need to take a shower. If you get stabbed or impaled, leave the foreign object alone. Do not attempt to remove it. Yeah, it's horrible and it's freaking you out, but your odds of survival are much higher if you just leave it be. Medical professionals will remove it in an environment equipped to deal with it. If someone is trying to suffocate you with a pillow by pressing it down on your face, just rotate your head to the side and there will be a small air pocket for you to breathe. They'll probably still try to kill you afterwards, but at least you can survive for longer. You can hold a plastic bag around a willow tree branch with leaves and it will start condensating drinkable water in the bag. If it's cloudy outside and you suddenly feel static run down your body and your hairs raise, better pucker them cheeks and drop to the ground. Lightning is about to hit dangerously close to you. If you're choking, don't get embarrassed. Don't go to the bathroom. Don't walk away from people. I've seen a couple people nearly die because they were panicking and walked away from the dinner tables and such while choking. Do the universal sign for choking with both your hands on your neck, and most people will get the message. Put a lid on a flaming pan to smother it and remove from heat carefully. Never throw any liquid on it. Don't remove the lid for at least 5 minutes. If you crash into an electrical pole, immediately call 911, or your country's equivalent, and stay in the car. You could have downed an electrical wire, and the wire will still be live. Assume the entire area around your car is electrified. Only get out of the car if there's an immediate danger, such as a fire. When you exit the car, make sure both feet touch the ground at the same time, and only take small, shuffling steps, and make sure both feet are touching the ground at all times. There were 2 teenagers from my hometown that were electrocuted after an accident like this. If you get bit by a wild animal, you must get the rabies vaccine. Rabies is not like a flu or mild inconvenience. It's one of the most lethal diseases on the planet. It has a near 100% fatality once the disease takes hold, and it's a horrible way to go. Never work under a car on a jack. Always have it on jack stands or a lift. If the ocean water suddenly recedes at the beach, you're at a tsunami is probably coming. Run. Don't look at the fish. When I'm done reading these comments, I'm gonna be immortal. Garage door springs will kill you if you try to fix them yourself. Fact. If you end up having to survive in a forest, crickets or grasshoppers chirping is not annoying, it is your sign of safety. Crickets stop chirping when something big is moving close to them. If you find yourself stranded in a desert, ration sweat, not water. Of course don't drink all of your water in one go, but the rate at which you'll dehydrate and overheat if exerting yourself, e.g. walking/hiking too fast or climbing over obstacles in the heat of the day, will kill you much quicker. Many people are found dead, with water, which is terrifying. When caught in a rip at the beach, just swim slowly along the beach, parallel to the shore until you feel the pulleys up, then swim towards the shore. Conditioner will bind nuclear fallout to your hair and scalp. In the event of a nuclear attack, you should wash with soap and just shampoo. No conditioner, no 2-in-1. If you drive after being awake for 24 hours, your response times are impaired, the equivalent of somebody just over the drink driving limit. If a person's pupils don't dilate to the same size, there's the possibility of brain damage. Never leave unsecured heavy objects like tools on the back seat/parcel shelf of your car. In a high-speed collision, such items can kill you. Edit. Holy crap, this blew up. As others pointed out, this should also extend to lighter objects and especially passengers and pets. Don't let anyone be too cool for a seatbelt in your car. Make them all buckle up. Stay safe, folks. Thanks for the silver. Maybe not to save your own life, but it could help you save someone else's. When performing CPR, chest compressions need to be continuous, deep and fairly quick. Call for an ambulance first. If you can get someone to help you, do so, because it is exhausting. For an adult, good quality chest compressions should be 2 per second and 5-6 cms deep. You should lock your hands together, one on top of the other. Get your arms straight, lock your elbows and push with the heel of your bottom hand into the middle of the chest. Hard. And you do not stop until help arrives. The rumor that chest compressions can crack ribs is true, but trust me, they'd rather have broken ribs than be dead. If you need to check a pressurized line X, hydraulic line, never ever use your hand. Use a piece of cardboard or soapy water. If you use your hand to check, The pressure can cause the fluid to cut your skin, and liquids like hydraulic fluid will cause gangrene in a matter of hours. Go to the hospital immediately and get them to check you right away. Don't take no for an answer. It could mean the difference between keeping versus losing your limb. Edit, adding some reading that explains better than I could. Again, please use cardboard or soapy water to check. This isn't just for heavy machinery, it's just good safe practice. Not too crazy, but if someone is acting drunk but didn't had any alcohol, ask them to smile. If one side of their mouth is down, take them to a doctor cause they are having or will have a stroke. Drink vodka if you get antifreeze in your system. Be aware of potential energy, heavy weight overhead, highly tensioned wires and springs, momentum, things break and now you're on 1000 ways to die. A motorcycle helmet is stronger than a skull. If someone odds, don't wait to discuss or figure out if you slash they will get in trouble. Every minute counts, and if staff ask if they took anything, tell them immediately. Tests will reveal it anyway, but every minute they have to run them is another minute they can't treat the patient correctly. Do not hesitate to call emergency services for a suspected overdose, as quick and treatment and response is imperative. They're not the police, they're not out to get anyone in trouble, and if it messes with something like their doctor's prescriptions, it's preferable to leaving them to die. If you do any kind of opiates or have people at your house who do often, have naloxone handy and know how to administer it. Never try to fix a microwave. Men and women can show very different signs when they are having a heart attack. Point at someone and delegate. People freeze up in emergencies or assume someone else will handle a problem. Point at someone and say, "You guy in the blue shirt, go to the gate and tell the ambulance where we are." "Ma'am, please go with him." Don't ask, "Does anyone know CPR?" Point at someone and ask if they do. Even if they don't, people are more likely to step forward in fear of being asked next and judged for not acting sooner than volunteering from the beginning. Tobacco is aseptic. If you have a wound, you can pack the filing from a cigarette into it to stave off infection. It'll numb you a little too, so that's nice. Once clinical symptoms appear in a rabies victim, it is 100% fatal. If you're bit by a wild animal, seek medical attention immediately. Carjacks are for lifting, not holding. I learned this from a firefighter video I saw years ago, probably here on Reddit. If you are ever choking and there is nobody to help you, lay on the floor on your hands and knees, then drop your body to the floor. This should create a sudden puff of air, pushing the food out of your throat. If at first you don't succeed, try it again. It will save your life. Edit, here is the video. Edit 2, here is a second, more updated version. If you're a lady being followed in a city, liquor store/corner stores are great places to duck into. Clerks are great people to tell. Have been followed in sketchy neighborhoods a number of times, and they've been great and down to tell a creepy fucker off or just keep an eye out for me 9/5 times. Would write a note to them if I could. A moose in the rut is more dangerous than a bear. Do not approach. When you're driving down the highway, check the sides of the road for glowing eyes of animals like deer and elk. It's the best way to avoid or prepare yourselves for collisions. Ever since hitting a moose, I do this constantly. I'd quiet, this one is missing. When you see someone faint, don't help him staying up. Gently catch and lay down ASAP. They're fainting because brain needs blood to stay alive. Keeping them upright will prevent this. If you feel lightheaded, lay down so that no dumbass will try to keep you on your feet. If you suffer from any condition that causes fainting, explain this to people around you. People who are looking for trouble are less likely to go for you if you say hi or just let them know you are aware of them, such as by greeting and introducing yourself. The rule of 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Prioritize water first in a survival situation. Edit, many people are saying I miss 3 hours without shelter. I absolutely agree. It's very temperate this time of year here, so it wasn't at the front of my mind. Find shelter, then water in those cases. Sucking out snake venom doesn't work. If you've been bitten by a venomous snake, take a clear picture from a distance and call an ambulance immediately. The picture will be used to identify the snake species in order to get the most effective antivenom. Edit, I answer why, despite having CROFAB, universal antivenom, narrowing down the species aids in treatment. This will especially save your life. If you see a venomous snake, do not approach to kill it or relocate it. This how people get bitten. Spray it with water and it should leave. Or, wait 30 minutes and it will be gone. Getting close to a venomous snake with the intent to kill it is how you will get bitten. If you see a snake you can identify 100%, if there is even the slightest possibility you don't know, don't pick it up. This is surprisingly common. Your friendly vet med specializing in herpetology. If you are trapped in a burning building and your exits are blocked by flames, make sure there is no fire on the other side. Put a blanket over you if you have one around. Tuck your face down. Then run through the flames. Immediately throw the blanket off of you as it will be on fire, but you want. A hooded jacket could work too. Just be aware that your legs will be uncovered, so once you throw the jacket off, immediately stop, drop and roll to put the fire out on your legs. This works best if you are going out a window or a door to the outside. Don't do it if you aren't sure there is no fire on the other side. If you run through a burning doorway into a hallway that is also completely on fire, you're fucked. If you drink bad homemade alcohol, it may have methanol, which is deadly. It can cause vomiting and blurred vision, and ultimately can kill you. The cure for methanol poison is drinking ethanol, regular alcohol. So basically, if you get sick from moonshine, drinking good whiskey or vodka can save your life. Edit: some people have commented that this is false information, but some information online says that this is true. I heard about this on House, but I did at least Google it, and found several links about methanol moonshine poisoning. I am not a medical doctor. Polar bear liver contains a fatal amount of vitamin A if eaten by a human. If you are ever offered polar bear liver, politely decline. Don't swim towards the cute dolphins. Those motherfuckers will hit you with their tails, headbutt you, and drown you if they feel like it. Seriously, they're big, strong, wild animals, and although they are generally pretty chill around humans, you really don't want to meet one in a bad mood. Edited out a false assumption based on the apparent myth that dolphins are sexually aggressive towards humans. Looks like they are not. Teabags stop bleeding. They have an acid called tannic, which is a natural clotting agent. If you come down with shingles, getting on an antiviral within 72 hours significantly reduces the severity of it. Shingles is caused by the herpes zoster virus, and if you've ever had chicken pox in your life, the virus is inside you. If you Google shingles, you'll find more information, but for me, it originally represented itself as what I thought was acne on my forehead, so 2 doctors discounted my symptoms as a nasty virus. While it won't necessarily kill you, shingles affects your nerves and can cause paralysis in certain muscles. Source: currently battling shingles, and the doctors have all told me that I'm lucky I got on meds as soon as I did. Also, if you're around someone getting mauled by an angry dog, do not hit the dog. Will piss the dog off and cause further attack on target, or pull the victim away. Dog's jaws will clamp shut, and pulling someone will cause further trauma to the injured area. Do push the injured area into the dog's bite. This is an uncommon reaction in nature and will cause the dog's airway to be constricted, giving an opportunity to run. Do stick something in the dog's bite, as the reflexes will cause the dog to stop biting momentarily. If you are very familiar with handling a dog in these situations, it is not unheard of to choke the dog out. The dog will go unconscious, giving the person and the victim time to run. Once the dog comes to, it will still be dazed and confused for a bit of bonus time. To choke a dog when you are inexperienced, though, is not recommended. The person who shared that strategy with me initially was a bully breed rescuer and very familiar with angry dogs. This is not something you should do if you are not trained. I definitely heard everyone's warning about that recommendation and wanted to edit that part to reflect safer methods like the finger up the butt trick. If you are desperate, you can attempt to break the dog's back by pulling up and twisting its back legs. I'm not familiar with this and cannot give more instruction in reference to breaking its back. Apparently there are videos of this working, but I never seen them. If it's someone's life on the line, then you got to do what you gotta do. Edited to clear miscommunication.